Let's send it on over to Jared with sports.
I say back to what Ozigbo said. He said it was like a movie out there, and honestly it was.
Like a scene from the movies. It's especially fitting that for a game that pitted Rocky against Adrian, it was the underdog who prevailed. Because at 0-6, there was very little chance for the Big Red to rattle off wins in 4 of their next 5 games. But as snow fell on a frosty Memorial Stadium, that's exactly what the Huskers did. And even the producers of Rocky themselves couldn't write a more memorable home send-off for this senior class. So we go to a frosty Memorial Stadium. All right, I'll stop, I promise. Senior day in front of the 368th straight sold-out crowd. 19 seniors recognized from 10 different states, 8 holding 20 or more career starts to their name. The late Sam Foltz and Mike Sadler also honored before the game, as we mentioned. Michigan State 6-4 following a home loss to Ohio State, entered with the best run defense in the nation opposite Nebraska, who ranked 2nd in the Big Ten in total offense and 13th in the nation. Huskers 8-2 all-time against the Spartans, with the Big Red winning their last meeting at home 39-38 back in 2015. To the first quarter we go. Spartan defense came out swinging, but the Husker defense holds early. Trey Neal, the UCF grad transfer, in his final game as a Husker at home with the big-time tackle for a loss. That forces a 35-yard field goal. Michigan State up 3-0. On offense, Nebraska didn't score on their opening drive for the first time in 6 games as the Michigan State defense came to play as well. Cade Warner fumbles the ball, recovered by the Spartans. One of 3 times the Big Red let the ball hit the ground in the first half. On to the second quarter we go. Former Heisman Trophy winner Mike Rozier trying to will Nebraska to victory, but more from the Spartan defense. Adrian Martinez stripped. Michigan State recovers deep in Husker territory. The black shirts were tough, though, today and would not go down. Luke Efford, the senior Southeast grad, pride of the Knights, relentless all game long, tackle for a loss, but at the end of the play, Mo Berry gets in a little bit of scuffle, flagged for 15 yards. Scott Frost and company not liking that at all. Some choice words, if you will. Still, the Huskers hold Sparty to a field goal attempt, which clinks off the upright. Still 3-0 Michigan State. Nebraska trying to get something going on offense. Martinez would find tight end Jack Stoll, who makes a nice catch for 15 yards and one of his 2 first downs on that drive. But then finally, in the final ticks of the first half, a heave to the end zone would be picked off by Antonio Reed. And listen to this day for Reed. Season high 7 tackles, career high 3 tackles for a loss, career high 2 pass breakups, and a 5th career sack, along with that interception right there and a forced fumble. What a day for Reed. It's the 4th straight game with 2 or more takeaways, the longest streak since 2012. 3-0 at the half. Let's take a look at your first half stats. Adrian Martinez and Ozigbo kept in check. Huskers did outgain the Spartans in total yards, though, 132 to 129. To the third quarter we go. Not much action here, but just let's take a moment to admire this snow. It was pouring by the end of the game, but what an atmosphere for players, coaches, and fans. Mo Berry flexing the gun show. Love it. Some records were set, though. This run, Divine Ozigbo turns in the 36th 1,000-yard rushing season in school history, the first since Amir Abdullah in 2014. Then Stanley Morgan Jr.'s career catch number 182 moved him past Kenny Bell for the first place in school history, and also tied Nebraska's all-time record for most consecutive games with a catch at 37. To the fourth quarter we go. Guess what? Still snowing. Lots of action here. Michigan State takes a 6-0 lead on the field goal, but the Huskers stormed back after that. Martinez to Morgan Jr. again. He's now just 23 yards shy of the all-time receiving yardage record and became the first player in Nebraska history to have 2 seasons with 60 or more catches. That leads to a Barrett Pickering career-long 36-yard field goal to cut the lead in half. 6-3 Michigan State, meaning no shutout. Huskers haven't been shut out since 1996 and haven't been shut out at home since 1968. More from the black shirts. Reed, the senior, strip sack recovered by freshman Damian Daniels. The Huskers have forced 9 fumbles over their last 3 games. That leads to another Pickering field goal, 20 yards this time, tied at 6. He's made 7 straight field goals at this point. Then check out the hops from a young Mo Washington. Hurdles a defender, which sets up another field goal attempt, 47 yards out. Pickering sets a new career long. He doesn't care about no stinking snow. Picked up by Gerald Foster. Cool moment there between the senior and the freshman. Huskers up 9-6 for their first lead of the day. Then the Husker defense did what they did all game long. 4th and 4, Trey Neal with the pass breakup for the senior. Huskers take over on offense, needing a first down. Ozigbo is happy to oblige. Seals the 9-6 victory with the first down run. Marks Nebraska's first win without a touchdown since 1937. Huskers are 4-7 overall now. Also today, Moberry was the first Husker to pass 100 tackles since 2014. Take a look at the final stats. Weather held Martinez and Ozigbo below their season average, but was still enough today. Here's Scott Frost after the game.
Every week I've been coaching them, I think there's a little more fight. And today was certainly the most that I've seen. I haven't seen these guys quit. I've seen them keep practicing better and better. I've seen them keep playing harder. I've seen them come together better as a team, and that's a hard game to win. It'd be an even harder game to lose, but our guys had to stick with it. Offensively, we had to keep grinding, and the defense had to keep coming up with stops, and they found a way to get it done.
Nothing against Michigan State, but being able to see another team, completely drained, they're like, well, that was it kind of thing. That's a great feeling. It is. It's what you play for, it's what you work for. Just to be able to get such a big win, I'm stumbling on my words just because of just how happy I am for myself and for the rest of the guys.
Sports Director Andrew Ward was on the sideline for this one and followed this post-game report.
Let's go, baby! This one had everything. You talk about drama with a freshman kicker hitting a game-winning field goal on senior day. Then a big-time defensive stop that sent Memorial Stadium into a frenzy. And then, of course, how can you forget the snow, a setting fit for a movie as the seniors walked off the field for the last time.
Just kind of taking it all in. That was my last game out there. I kind of knew that was probably the last time I'll be on the field out there. So I just kind of looked around. I just took in everything so I could remember it, put it in the back of my head for the rest of my life. And then, my guys came over and celebrated with me. So then I just started celebrating with them.
And I got my last look after a game, as a player, and it was just, had to take it all in.
I'm so happy. I really am. I'm happy that our seniors and the rest of the team stuck it out until the end. A great win for the program again, but to my heart, that's going to be a big one.
I know it's senior night. Going out with that win, these young guys played for us. That's just amazing. It's the youth. You got in the youth, you got in your brothers, so that's amazing.
This team's been through so much, and to be where it is right now and have the second half of the season that it's been having, it makes it really special. And I think the seniors will probably even look back on this and think this is a pretty special season after all.
The whole scene, it's snowing, everybody's still in the stadium and going crazy, and I've dreamt of that since I was a little kid, so I wanted to take in everything that I could and put it in my mind and just remember it. I don't have any regrets here. I'm excited for the way that we're leaving this program, and it's been a heck of a ride, but we got one more.
Of course, the Huskers in this senior class wouldn't fully enjoy the win with the quick turnaround and a Black Friday trip to Iowa City next week, but they couldn't ignore just how sweet this one was. From Memorial Stadium, Andrew Ward, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, Sports.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Let's take a look at some team stats. Michigan State was the better team in some key areas, but couldn't finish the deal like the Huskers did today. Big stat, Blackshirts held the Spartans to 9 of 20 on third down. Tonight, the Nebraska volleyball team wrapped up its road regular season schedule tonight at Indiana. The Big Red entered winners of 5 straight Big Ten matches, with 3 of those wins coming on the road. 6th-ranked Huskers hoping for one more road win before its final 2 home matches next week, and it was a pretty easy day at the office for John Cook's squad. Take the first set 25-13. Sealer Michaela Fecky led the way with the team high 14 kills. Second set 25-19. Lauren Stivrins turned in 11 kills without a single hitting error. Then 25-19 again for the third set, resulting in a 3-0 match sweep. The Big Reds win streak rolls on, improving to 22-6 on the season. Huskers back in action Friday at the Devaney against 12th-ranked Ohio State. Nebraska basketball hits the road to Kansas City today, actually, for the Sprint Center's Hall of Fame Classic on Monday and Tuesday, where for the first time in D1 history, teams will use live shot tracker and analytics during the game. A technological move Tim Miles is interested in trying out.
It'll be interesting. I don't know yet. I think it'll probably really get things going if we play well, and oh gee, we could use this, this, and this. The shot tracker stuff's really, we'll have a chance to see where we're shooting on the floor, how we're shooting, how much energy we're exerting, how many miles we're running, and how fast, and all that stuff. And I think it'll be good in game. To have that information in game will be kind of fascinating too. I was trying to teach the kids analytics a couple of years ago, and I think it just got to be a point where they're like, stop with the effective, efficient, whatever quotient.
Defending champion Nebraska Wesleyan basketball on the road today, where they beat St. Norbert College 77-67. Prairie Wolves back in action Friday at home. Top-ranked Concordia women's basketball team also in action today, but Jamestown knocks them off 74-61. Dogs look to rebound Wednesday at the College of St. Mary. And finally, Stars also on the road today, visiting the Waterloo Blackhawks, but Lincoln falls 6-3. They're back in the Icebox hosting Tri-City on Wednesday. Also today on Facebook, we sent out a message to let us know your thoughts, and we just wanted to share some of those. Shannon, Jesse, and many others said a perfect way today to remember Fultz and Sadler, with field goals resulting in all the game scoring. No other point, no touchdowns today, as Katrina said earlier. Yeah. And Kevin actually said he was in the ER last week and thought more than once today during today's game that he might go back with how crazy of a game it was. I was right there with him. I was pretty nervous, down to the wire. Yeah. Michigan State driving. Hopefully no trips to the ER, though. So, Kevin, we're glad you were just kidding. But fun game overall. Huskers coming out top.
All right, thanks, Jared. We'll have a final check of your forecast after the break.